Hello, I'm Joseph Viney, chief writer of BaDoink.io, here with Weird Sex News 5. We're bad, we're nationwide. New chair, new shorts, new show. Let's do this thing. John's away today, so I do have a replacement cameraman. Say hello, Andy.
Hello, Andy.
Yeah, there we go. He said he wouldn't talk, but we got him. Now, people are known to get a little tetchy when they don't get what they want, particularly when they're in the mood for sex. Yes, the majority of us, when we fancy a bit, we either accept it and get on with our lives or deal with the problem ourselves. But in the case of Tabitha Lee Grooms, all teeth and no trousers, it seems she couldn't let matters and other things rest. And after her boyfriend refused to have sex with her, she launched a vicious assault on both her partner and her own mother. Grooms, allegedly 35, had been turned down for a bit of rough and tumble one afternoon and decided to go out drinking before coming back later that night with more than a little of sex on her mind. After coming home, instigating a blazing row, telling her fella that she fucked everybody else because he wouldn't fuck her, scratching his face, neck and head, drawing blood in the process, she then decided the best course of action would be to punch her own mother in the eye. Her terrified boyfriend, who evidently aims lower than a dwarf doing limbo, ran to the bathroom and hid himself while calling 911. Grooms was charged with battery, family violence and taken to jail. According to reports, she won't face trial. Well, would you be the one to hand down that sentence to her? I wouldn't. Let's put it that way. Look at that. In all its pixelated glory, yes. A Florida man, because they're always from Florida, had been jailed for 2.5 years after being caught having sex on a beach in full view of young children. Jose Caballero, and you can tell I've been learning Spanish, tried to get...
Say that again.
Caballero.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Tried to get sand in awkward places with his girlfriend Elisa Alvarez on a beach in Manatee County in Florida last July. It's disgusting, isn't it? Hey? What's the bloody world coming to, eh? Despite being a few feet away from families and children, ignoring pleas to stop, and being filmed by onlookers, which, let's be honest, probably spurred them on even more, Caballero and Alvarez carried on doing the bad thing. In court, defence lawyers argued that Alvarez had been dancing on top of Caballero in order to wake him up. Now that's one dance class I wouldn't mind having some lessons in. Alvarez was sentenced to time served, which means she got away with it, and got a $300 fine. However, Caballero took a complete nosedive owing to a previous conviction. He'd already spent 8 years in prison for drug trafficking offences.
Sorrel ST here asks, have you ever done it in a beach?
In a beach? In a beach. I've dug many a trench in a beach, yes. I don't think he'll have a shortage of men looking to dance on him to wake him up in prison, though, do you?
No.
Now, this isn't about Starbucks, although they do kind of fuck your wallet. And to be honest, if you're paying upwards of about £5 for coffee, you deserve everything you get. But in a race to make all social media apps look the exact fucking same, Tinder has now added a blue tick to indicate verified users. So now, if indeed you were interested in the first place, and if you're trying to get into the pants of a notable public figure, celebrity or athlete, you'll know about it. Hooray for the internet. Of course, quite why any notable public figure will even consider this is beyond me. In the age of the sex tape, in the age of the leaked texts and answer phone messages, hacked social media accounts, it's really just inviting trouble. As soon as the slightest hint of racy messaging begins, it'll be all over Twitter or sold to the nearest journalist. me, please. Still, it costs Tinder nothing. But let's be honest though, the only celebrity to use Tinder for such means is probably filming a reality show, desperate for publicity, or on a drug binge. Which isn't that bad when you put it that way, is it?
Or having sex on the beach.
Or having sex on the beach, yeah. Well, yeah, they're going to change the name of the cocktail to Dance on the Beach now, according to reports. According to Tinder, they are responsible for 26 million matches per day. So when you talk about the rampant overpopulation of Earth, you know who to blame now. Oh, gone the wrong way. It's one for the blooper reel. Carnival! Now, You ever heard of having a Brazilian or getting a Brazilian? This takes it to its logical extreme, as a woman in Brazil has been granted legal passage, emphasis on passage, to be able to masturbate at work by a court after they lay the finger on a problem that has been plaguing her for some time now. Ana Caterium Badeira.
Leslie asks, have you had a Brazilian?
Yes, but she wasn't too happy in the end. Ana Caterium Badeira suffers from...
What's that?
Badeira? Don't. You're giving me nightmares. Suffers from acute anxiety. And at worst has masturbated up to 47 times a day. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's,
Do you know where she works?
Probably somewhere really inappropriate, like an orphanage or something. I mean, let's think about it. The chafing must be incredible at this point, you know.
The children?
God, it's like John hasn't left. You could do this every week, mate.
Leslie's asking, is that a lot? 47, I think.
47? Well, yeah, of course it is. I mean, let's say each one takes 5 minutes. On average, I don't know her, and she doesn't know me. Yeah, what's 5 times 47? Anyone? I've left my phone over there. Yeah, a lot, officially, is what top mathematicians would call a lot of time spent. You know? So the 36-year-old accountant took her case to the court and is now officially allowed to masturbate during working hours in the office. Talk about sticking 2 fingers up to the boss.
To the man.
To the man. She was also prescribed medicine that reduced her desire to rub one out by 18%, which is such a specific number you have to wonder just what they're putting in these tablets. You know, what about the ones that reduce it by 19%, by 17%? Is there just a list of failed tablets? The mind boggles. In a bizarre twist that only life itself could conjure up, not only was this ruling handed down during National Masturbation Month, but Becerra herself helped organise 1995's National Masturbation Month in Brazil. She's known all along. This is one intricate game she's playing.
Been building up to it.
This is the long game. I can't think of any more puns relating to it. Where Miss Becerra will be allowed to masturbate has never been specified, but she could probably make a nice little sideline in selling tickets. 47 shows a day. Imagine that. Not even the most studious thespian in the world could manage that. Not even in pantomime season. Not even Punch and Judy, man. And that brings us to the end of the show. Again, a lot of user-generated content this week. Had a lot of links sent to me. People going, hey, you should talk about this awful thing. And I said, yes, I will talk about this awful thing. And I have talked about the awful things. We will be, if you check out the BaDoink magazine YouTube channel, you will find all of the previous Weird Sex News broadcasts now uploaded. This one will be uploaded as soon as possible. And if you check badoink.io, we'll be collating them all into one nice big article for you to browse. Thanks for tuning in this week, and we'll see you next Thursday. Turn the camera off.